Hello, friends. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Online, a world where you can have a really great start to a race, have a really great race in between, and finish very well. Or not, and you can die, and everything is chaos and madness, and you hate everyone.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Let's find out together which one that'll be today. Now, this week I definitely spent the most time in Daily Race C here at Laguna Seca. It's the longest race, gives you most opportunity for XP, and this was an interesting one because I saw a lot of fast laps being posted with the BRZ GT3, which historically has favored the BOP at this track, and I've seen some people post some very fast times in this car, so I figured I'd give it a try. A lot of people are using the GT3R, including myself. I did start with that car, but I figured, let's switch it up. Let's try out another car that other people are posting fast laps in, and I just could not figure this car out. Like, it was way too aggressive coming out of turns, and honestly that was partly due to the way the boost came on, because it was so aggressive it just wanted to kick the back end out. So here's how it went. Coming into the first corner here, I usually take an earlier braking point just because we're just starting out. Everyone's bunched up. And I was experimenting with the inside line on that corner. I'm not sure if that was the fastest one, but in any case, I was having trouble kind of turning in with this thing, trying to hit apex as much as possible, but it proved harder than I would have thought. So I managed to get it there, get a little bit of a run on the inside of the man with Huracan in his name, but he's not in a Huracan, he's in a Porsche. And this is about where my luck runs out, because I completely forgot to look at the radar. And, well, of course, yeah, so not a great start. And that was totally on me. I should have checked the radar. And I can only help but sigh and chuckle. And on top of that, I have the audacity to ask, I don't know if that was my fault.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
And needless to say, this is how the rest of the race went. And truly, I don't think I've ever spun this many times in a race. I was furious at the end. And this was a terrible way to end a lap down. I think that's the only time I've ever done that. So I blame Subaru for making a shitty car. Literally a baby could have made a better car. But in any case, I was a glutton for punishment, I guess, because I decided to do it again in the Subaru. And things were going pretty well until we encountered the corkscrew. And on lap 2, something similar occurred, and I was just fed up with this car. It was never this hard to drive around this track until I got in this car. And that was that. Some of these races, you learn something, you take the L, you get pushed off the track, but it's all good. You reset, you go get in the car you actually want to drive, and you go again. Don't block. Uh-oh, we already have a guy saying don't block. You know the race is going to be good when they're commenting. Don't block me. It's going to be drama. I just have this thing, like, if you have one of those messages that automatically shows up in every lobby before you start the race, you're automatically a flight risk, right? Like, I want to inherently avoid you. Unless it's friendly. If it's like, hey, hello, everyone have a good race, then great. But if it's like, if you don't play fair, I'm not going to play fair, then it's like, okay, pal. Is that just me? Am I the only one who thinks that way? Now, in the end, it probably doesn't matter what I think, because I can't even drive a stupid, dumb Subaru made by babies. But I was back in my comfort zone here, in the GT3R, as well as everyone else in the race, in front of me at least, it looks like. And yeah, I was ready to go and do a much better race. Going into the first corner, this is always the most anxious part of a race for me, because you never know who's just going to forget that we just started a race and just send it into the corners, because it happens. We've all been in that lobby where it happens, but we were good here, kept our composure for the most part. There's a few taps and stuff, but rubbing is racing. I think Ayrton Senna said that at one point, but had to look up the inside there on Lou. But again, first lap, my previous races still haunted me a little bit, so trying to be a little more conservative. Went through that corner terribly, and unfortunately I gave a little bit of room to the guy behind me. Luckily he did not try and make a move here, not that he really had a line, but that's just such a terrible place to try and pass someone. Really, any corner with the sausage on this track is a death sausage. Like, they will eliminate your life. They'll take your kids, they'll take your wife, they'll take your house, they'll take your 401k. Don't let the sausages win. Stay away from them. Also, check out this pro level of commentary that I provide while driving, coming up to these next corners. We've all got to go a little slower first couple laps. Crap. As I say that, I run into someone. So obviously when Alex Jakes is ready to retire as F1 commentator for Sky Sports, I'll be ready. Clearly, I'm fit for the job with the way I am able to speak about my own races. So I did lose focus right there. I don't really know why I let that guy up the inside. It was a little bit of a dive, and I think that's why he backed off there. But there was some drama in the chat. You can't see it. I covered it up with my face cam there. But someone was talking crap to the guy in 7th there. Needless to say, I should probably turn off the chat while I'm racing because I do get distracted by that sometimes. And I would probably be a better racer if I didn't get distracted. But coming up, we have, unfortunately, our first victim of the sausage curb there. Lou getting pushed wide, so jump up to 9th place. I'll take it. And similarly, I don't know if this guy hit the sausage or something, but he ends up in the gravel, spins around a little bit. And I think that might have caught Rado off guard here because I get him on the inside. But unfortunately, I overcook it too much into this corner and have to struggle my way back on track as nice as possible and give the position back as well as the one I had earned earlier. So we're still in 9th. Somehow I get away with driving over a sausage. It's pretty much like getting away with murder on this track. Skipping ahead a few laps here. I held 9th position for a little while. And out of this turn, I got a run on Angry Alien, but wasn't quite enough. And I think he saw me coming. I think it threw him off here because he clipped the sausage, got a bad exit. And then there was also someone, the Bronze, who I passed, who spun out. And he was actually the guy telling the leader of this race not to block when the race started. So I'm wondering if something happened there. There might have been some drama earlier in the race. Jumping ahead a few more laps, and unfortunately, my time had come. Luckily, not a massive spin out. I was able to get back on track relatively quickly, but it did look like the guy behind me became a similar victim of a sausage. He went off track as well. So we didn't lose too much here, but out on the exit of the corkscrew, I took a really wide line, and Lou did not. He took the inside line, and I gave him my position right back. So here we are again in 9th. I love 9th position. It's the best one I've ever been in, and I love driving on dirt too. Apparently, I'm a landscaper. Now right about here, this is lap 7. This is where I was starting to feel my tires lose a little bit of grip. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I usually go in on lap 7 anyway when I do this race. So just want to make it around the track, keep pace with these guys in front of me, get some fresh rubber, keep it going. However, the sausage gods, they had other plans for me, those damn bastards. This was not a good type of fun either, by the way, like where you get to oil yourself up and roll around in a ball pit. No. I lost all my speed. I'm in 14th now. So, thanks, sausage gods. Finally made it to the pit, got fresh rubber, yay. The rest of the race was pretty uninteresting, actually. I did manage to gain 2 positions, and one person went off track. So I made it back up to 11th, and on the very last lap here, I had a bit of a run on Lou. But right here at the corkscrew, my pace kind of halted. I took a weird line through this turn. And unfortunately, right through here, I braked too much and hit the sausage. So that ended my pace gain on him. But luckily, someone did leave right as the race ended, and I ended up top 10. That's really all I wanted out of this. So not the best race, but it's better than other finishes I've had, certainly. But we weren't leaving it there, people. How could we? You can't end on a 10th place finish. So luckily, we got back in another race, and this time I'm starting 2nd. I am still B-rated because a couple weeks ago we had that the Super Formula race that totally wrecked my driver rating. I'm still recovering from that. So here we are. I placed higher with some other BS drivers. But take a look at the radar here. You'll notice the Lamborghini is already alongside me because for whatever reason, I short-shifted my way through the start of that race. I was distracted with something. But PSA, that's a terrible way to start your race. It makes you very slow and gives the opponent right behind you a perfect window to try and take 2nd from you. So make sure you're focused at the start of a race, or else you'll have a hurricane all over your butt. It's not a good tactic. Started going towards the racing line here. He was kind of going right as well, so I figured I should go inside, which is a better place for me to defend anyway. And he's still keeping pace with me through that turn. I was giving him some room. Just trying to show that, like, hey, you know, first lap. I'm going to be nice to you. Took a little bit too far on that corner, and that opened the window for him to scoot up the inside, and I kind of just let it happen because I figured he was going to make it past me. He was being pretty aggressive, so just figured I'd try and keep up with him. Thought for sure that was going to be a penalty right there as I clipped the corner, but did not get one. That was really close. It's probably as close as you can get without getting one. Jumping ahead a few laps here. First couple laps were pretty routine. Not too much drama, luckily. Did see him touch the dirt there, so I was wondering if he was getting a little anxious to try and catch up to first. Unfortunately, though, Human Analog did not make it through the corkscrew very successfully, so up into second. Jumping up to lap 7 now. I'm starting to think through a pit strategy here because I spent a lot of the race within about 1 second to 1.6 seconds behind him. So I was trying to think if I go an extra lap. If he goes in this lap, maybe I'll go an extra lap, try and get a little bit of time gained on him. But my lap times were just not consistent enough, and my tires were getting down there. So I decided to go in anyway. He did as well, not before almost spinning out right before the pit entry. So we get a pit stop, and we jump forward a few laps here to lap 11. And really, I've just been trying to apply as much pressure to him, let him know that I'm still behind him. I've still been in that range of 0.8 seconds to 1.6, and I'm really just hoping that he makes a mistake, because the last couple laps, and right there, he's been on the dirt a lot. He's pushing the track limit as much as possible, so I'm hoping it turns into a mistake, and luckily right here, it does. So he recovers nicely, luckily for him, but that's the window for me to close the gap. And so I do just that. I try and brake as late as possible, and I see his lovely and friendly message on the back of his car. So that only fuels me more. Now I see this guy is personally insulting me with his bumper graphic. There's no way I'm staying behind him. So caught him slipping, took the inside line, and now it's just a challenge of keeping him in check because he was a good bit faster than me on the straight. So I was slow getting out of that exit there, that corner, but luckily he was too. He went a little bit wide, so I was able to hold him off, at least for this straightaway. Moving forward to the very last lap here, I managed to hold him off the whole time, but look where he is on the radar. It's very close. He's all over the back of me. I'm doing my very best just to keep cool through here and get it home. But unfortunately, the corkscrew catches me out a little bit. He tried to go for a wide line. I just cut it too much. Lost too much speed. I probably could have cut left here, but I just think that'd be too aggressive, you know. I'd be nice to him. He had the better line. It just, yeah, I lost control at the end there. So it's a good race, though. All in all, it's fun to have a race where the competition is so tight. I didn't let his bumper graphic go to heart too much. Didn't let it affect me too much, luckily. But much better race than my previous races. So happy with that outcome. This is me after I race. Way too hot and dehydrated. But yes, video proof that goes to show that you can get just about everything in one day's worth of racing online. Some good, some bad, some ugly, but more than anything, we had fun. And that's what matters most. See you next time.